morning. So, I am currently waiting for Sims to load because today is a Sims day. But first off, I wanted to start this vlog by saying, kind of like reading off some of the emails that I got about like the know before you go stuff for the parks. I haven't gotten any information, as far as I remember, on our Disney passes that we actually have for the next week. I don't know if I'm going to be going, because I don't know if I'm going to have to risk using comp tickets or not, and if I have to work, it's laundry. If I have to work, I don't think it's worth using a full day ticket for just a couple of hours. But that said, let's get into this. When did I get this email? July 1st. July 1st is when I made the preview. Hollywood Studios is open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., which I think is a pretty good park hour time period. It says face coverings are required for all guests ages 2 and up. Temperature screenings are required to enter the theme parks. An inherent risk of exposure to COVID-19 exists in any public space where people are present. COVID-19 is extremely contagious disease that can lead to severe illness and death. According to the CDC, senior citizens and guests with underlying conditions are especially vulnerable. By visiting Walt Disney World Resort, you voluntarily assume all risks related to exposure of COVID-19. So that's pretty much Disney saying, if you get sick here, it is not our fault, which is funny considering, and I don't want to bring this up, but like considering they didn't really give their cast a choice. But moving on to the next one. Some experiences and offerings may be modified, limited to capacity, subject to availability or closure to allow for physical distancing and limited contact. That said, basically you get what you get when you come here is pretty much what they're saying. And I know this is just for the cast preview, but I know that a lot of this information that I'm reading is going to be the same for the guests as well, because that's what I've been told. Helpful technology, my Disney Experience app can help make the most of your magic, and blah, 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 blah. It says here that Jared's spouse pass wouldn't have be able to use as like a cast pass, but I would had to have included him in one of our 3 guests, because typically I could get into the park for free, Jared could get into the park for free, and either one of us can get up to 3 guests total into the park. So like Jared could get his family in on his own, for example. They're still under my responsibility, but Jared could do that. Now you cannot do that. Please note, social distancing must be practiced in the parking lots, and cars should be parked in every other spot. Train service will not be available from guest parking lot to the main entrance in any theme park. That's interesting, because although I did not see the tram running, I did see cars parked rather close to each other, so I'm going to try my very best. I'm all for that, and I'm going to try my very best to do that, but it's one of those things where it's like, if someone parks right next to me or behind me, there's only so much I can do, you know what I mean? It says the express monorail and ferry boats will be available for transport for Magic Kingdom, but note that Epcot monorail transportation will not be available. So that was the email that I got when I first registered. I'm going to skim through. I just got an email yesterday, the 11th, and I'm going to skim and see if this is any different. You and your guests may enter the theme park specified above any time during park operations and specified date above. Everyone in your party must enter the park at the same time. You'll need to present your company issued ID, main entrance pass, a guest pass if applicable, I guess if I was bringing anybody else, for each of your guests, and a copy of this know before you go email or confirmation email, either printed or electronically on a mobile device. Please note, do not plan to arrive prior to park hours specified above. This is listed under parking as well, so I guess I have to try and get there, like coming through the parking around like 9:30 to 10, pretty much, I guess. Resort transportation will not be available. To attend your scheduled preview, you need to drive to a specific theme park and park in guest parking. You are allowed to enter and exit the theme park as needed throughout the day. If one of your guests needs to exit the park during your preview, the cast member must be with the guest to re-enter the theme park. Visiting more than one park during your preview will not be allowed. As a reminder, everyone in your party must enter the park at the same time. For Star Wars Rise of the Resistance queue availability during your preview, check with a cast member at the entrance or on digital boards throughout the park. When available, each cast member and their guests may be able to enter the queue once as a group during the cast preview. Please have your main gate entrance pass available to scan to keep your party together as you approach the entrance. Groups will not be able to gather outside the queue when the attraction isn't available, so we encourage you to enjoy other areas during those times. Oh, that's just about making reservations. That's not guaranteeing that we're going to be able to do it, but which I don't think. Unfortunately, I don't think Rise of the Resistance is going to be operating. If I do happen to sneak onto it, that will be literally the magical experience of the year, but I don't think it's going to happen. And then the rest is pretty much like, you know, this opportunity cannot be sold, so on and so forth, without disciplinary action. So that is pretty much it when it comes to the email. Like I said, mentioned, I'm not far from Disney, so I'm planning on trying to be there anywhere between 9:30 to 10, and I say there as in like going into the Hollywood Studios like archway around that time, because it's going to probably take me about 15-20 minutes just to park, walk there, go through any sort of screening or check-in that I have to. I don't know if I'm going to stay all day. What I might do is just go to the opening, come back home for a break or a nap, and then go back out. I have not decided on that yet. If Fantasmic was running, which it doesn't seem like, this is something that I'm curious about. So it doesn't seem like any of the shows, like the equity type shows, are running, so I don't know exactly what shows are going to be available. If Fantasmic is available, I will stay for Fantasmic. Or at least I will come back for Fantasmic. So I don't know. That is something I'm going to have to check in. Today, I'm going to make a list of attractions and things that I really want to do, or at least try to do. And we look at some of the menus and such and kind of plan on where I want to go. It's funny because, like, I now have to make, like, this is like planning a vacation. I have to plan on what I want to do in the parks, just like the old days. There's no casual park days anymore, at least not until this virus is over with. So that is what I'm going to do today. I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I'm just going to try not to stress about it and just to enjoy myself, and I'm already upset that I don't know when I'm going to be back to Galaxy's Edge. It makes me really sad. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.